Over the last few days, there have been stories on the television or articles I've read online that have mentioned in one way or another two qualities that I think are worth talking about for a couple of minutes with you. Those two qualities are integrity and resilience. I think they're both very interesting terms, very interesting soft skills, to use my term to describe these things. Again, qualities of people, qualities, traits, attributes, behaviors of people. We talk about integrity first. Now, I've seen that being talked about in connection with leadership. We are in an unprecedented time in our country, something that none of us has ever experienced. So we don't know how to act every day. So we rely on seeing, hearing, listening to individuals in leadership roles in different parts of public and private life. If they possess integrity, we know it, we feel it, because we not only simply hear them speaking, but what they do is also a clear indication of the fact that they possess integrity. I define the term quite simply as one's words and one's actions are equivalent. Or said another way, if I say I'm going to do it, I do it. So it's talked about more and more. If we don't believe that the people that we look to who have leadership roles in our industry, in our community, in our country, if they don't possess integrity, we're not going to believe them. If they don't possess integrity, we're not going to feel comforted. If they don't possess integrity, they're not going to feel like what they say is what they mean and that we can rely on it to inform us, to alarm us in some cases where we need to be alarmed, to comfort us. Individuals in leadership roles must possess integrity in order for that behavior to be believed by those who they lead. There's tons of stuff written on leadership, but it just occurred to me as I was listening again and reading the last few days. That's being talked about quite a bit. The other word is kind of interesting, this other quality of resilience. Now I'm seeing that, and it was mentioned specifically in an online interview that I listened to this morning. But it's been talked about in a pretty direct way quite a bit in the news, as we've seen story after story after story about nurses and doctors and other frontline workers who are displaying courage, a commitment to be of service to people, and certainly resilience as they go day after day after day and find a way to bounce back, to be able to go in that next day into the hospital, to face serious disease, to face people dying. Again, this is very grave stuff, but it's all about who we are. So resilience is something we need to think about as far as how that relates to us individually. Some of us are spending all of our days and nights in our house, in some cases by ourselves. It's difficult. It's different. If you're an introvert, maybe not much of a challenge, frankly. But if you're extroverted or you're accustomed to being in motion, to not sitting for long periods of time, to not interacting with people, even if it's to deal with problems, issues, or opportunities, then this is not an easy time. That's why in my first monologue I talked about this whole notion of, first of all, possessing the value of caring about people in your life, but then more importantly, what you do in order to let them know that you do care. And that's where, if you're alone in your house, unless you don't have a laptop that's got a camera and a microphone in it, you do have a smartphone, so there's really no good reason why you can't think about how can I and when should I be reaching out to people in my life. And at the end of the day, if we're adults making a living to keep a roof over our heads, to build a life for ourselves or our family, we certainly have to think about the people that make that possible for us. And those people that we have very, very important relationships with our call customers. So not only do we have to demonstrate caring by reaching out to them and using the different channels available to us, including this channel, using Zoom or WebEx or Skype, to not simply have a conversation with them, but to have a conversation and give them the opportunity to see your eyes, to see the expression on your face, to get a fuller feeling with regards to whatever it is that you're saying to them and give you the chance to get the full feeling of what they're saying to you. I've been using this more and more and more. Just for routine conversations, I've asked them, let me send you a Zoom invitation. Let's get on our computers so we can talk with each other and also see each other as we're talking. So it's very, very important. So, two qualities: integrity and resilience. Integrity particularly important for leaders, resilience important for everyone. And again, lastly, just a reminder that we need to understand what our qualities are. We need to value important qualities. Resilience may not be one that we put in our top 10 list of qualities that are important to you. That doesn't make you bad, weak, or otherwise. It simply means that other qualities may be more important to you. But in these times, we've got to be thinking about how we are with people so that those people understand, again, that we value our relationship with them. So, as I say in closing a lot of conversations, just remember, soft skills matter now more than ever.